L'UFC est de retour à l'Apex de Las Vegas cette fin de semaine. En finale, David Onama affronte notre invité Steve Garcia. Il est classé au 12e rang dans la division des poids plumes de l'UFC. Steve, merci énormément de prendre le temps. Comment ça va?
I'm doing good, man. It's well, as good as you can be during fight week. You know what I mean? It's a busy week and a lot goes on, but yeah, man. Blessed to be here.
Busier than usual because you're the main event, would you say?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. I'd say my media is increased at least by double. So, no problem though. We're here. We're professionals, and we get it done.
What does it mean to you to headline your first UFC card? I guess for every fighter, I guess it's a big milestone, right?
It's special, man. It's special. I mean, how many people can actually say they headlined a UFC card, and I think that's so cool. You know what I mean? It's something that I've been talking about pretty much throughout this whole entire process, in multiple interviews. I have several posters in my garage of everybody else and all the cards I've been a part of, but now this is one that I get to headline and that one's going up in my garage, which is cool because it's me. I actually have one with my face on it, so that's cool.
Right, and we saw in previous fights when fighters see their face on the poster for the first time is pretty emotional. So I don't know if you had the chance to sign the poster. Is it done already or?
It's done already, man. It was cool. I did that yesterday, and I was telling my dad, I was like, dude, I just signed my own like poster for UFC. How crazy is that? You know what I mean? But that's special. You know what I mean? But if I treat it a lot differently than what I typically do
Mm.
as it is, then it becomes something more than what I'm used to, and I don't like that. You know what I mean? I want to make sure that like I keep a level-headed, I guess, perspective and energy brought to this whole entire week and stuff to just to keep me honest, to keep me humble, because that's a blessing, it's an honor. But I still got a big job ahead on Saturday, so I got to make sure I'm ready for that.
So trying to stay the same approaching the fight, but during training camp, did you do something different just because it's a 5 round fight instead of a 3 rounder, right?
Yeah, I normally fight. I mean, I train for 5 rounds anyways, but I just say that because in my head, I was like, I'm going to be a 5 round fighter. I'm going to be a 5 round fighter. And now I got to put my money where my mouth is because now I'm a 5 round fighter, right? But yeah, no, we definitely pushed, a little bit further, a little bit longer during this camp. You know what I mean? Nothing too drastically different because I've always pushed hard anyways. So just make sure we're fine tuning it, and then obviously you you specialize your camp for the person you're fighting. So yeah, nothing crazy different, I should say. We'll be prepared. We're ready.
You did all the right things to headline a UFC card. You're on the crazy tear, 6 wins in a row with 5 finishes. Are you kind of surprised it took that long to be main eventing after what you've done in the past few years?
I'd lie if I said no. I'm not surprised. You know what I mean? My whole life I've been counted out. So it's just part of the process. I guess that's my story. But everybody's story is unique. Did it irritate me in certain areas where I see people and they either jump the line or they get immediate press and love from the fans. Yeah, but I've been kind of tucked away at the apex, and I'm back here. I'm not gonna hate on it because I enjoy being here just because it's quick and easy and it's more about my job than it is about anything else. But I do miss the crowd. I mean, when I fought Cater with an arena, man, it was the energy was nuts, and I miss that, and hopefully we'll get back there.
Not many people in the stands, but a lot of people watching on TV. Do you see this fight as an opportunity to make a name for yourself this weekend? Finally, come out of this maybe shadow and tell the world who you are and what you're capable of.
Hope so. You know what I mean? I can only hope and do everything in my power. I feel like I've been doing that, and it's slowly coming. You know what I mean? It's not an overnight type of thing, which is fine. I'm not here for the likes. I'm not here for all the followers and clicks. If it happens, great. I'm here to go out there, win fights, and win them in spectacular fashion, and give it everything I got. And if the person is still standing at the end of the day, then more power to you. And um, that's kind of how I've always looked at it. And I try to keep a level-headed sense of things. It'll come, and I can see that because it's slowly coming. It's not an overnight thing. So um, God has me where I need to be.
When you look at the number beside you and your opponent, people may think, whatever. Why is this fight in the main event? But I truly think this one is it's flying under the radar a little bit because style makes fights, and I truly believe that you guys could put on a show. Do you see that yourself? Do you think it's going to be great, a great show for the fans against Onama this Saturday?
Absolutely, I feel like it is going under the radar, whether you're a good critic or a bad critic. I think at the end of the day, I've been saying this, so I'm just going to tell you. You already have ESPN Plus because I've known you've watched, several ESPN Plus. Just throw it in the background. And when me and Onama step in the cage, you're probably going to be on your either sitting down on your feet. It doesn't matter, but I'll have your attention at some point. So just throw it on in the background if you don't think it's that big of a deal. But I promise you, it'll be a good fight to watch.
Do you feel what do you think you need to do? You're a finisher. You both are a striker. He's on a 4 fight win streak. So what's his biggest strength, and what will you need to do this Saturday to get past him?
Yeah, man, guy's good. He's hungry. Good camp. Got good training partners. I mean, he has everything to be successful. Man, it's gonna be a hard fight. It's just I'm ready for it. And I have the best coaches, the most experienced coaches you can have in your corner, with some of the best champions in the world, and they they believe in me. You know what I mean? I want to go out there and I want to prove them right, and I'm gonna do my best to go out there and just fight my ass off and show them what I got. I know they see what I got in the gym, but I got to go out there and perform, and that's obviously key. I think that Onama's has some few weaknesses we can exploit. But yeah, man, I'm not without giving too much away. We're definitely going to go out there. We're going to put on a show. We're going to go out there and fight our butt off.
You say it repeatedly. You have a job to do this Saturday, but if you win 7 wins in a row, a lot of finishes. When you see what happened in the very recently in your division, the guys like Diego Lopez and Jean Silva, who had very big fights after winning streaks such as yours and finishes such as yours. So, do you see 2026 as like a big year for you? Do you visualize a path where you could fight maybe for a title or for an eliminator fight if you take care of business this Saturday?
Of course, I'd hope so. I mean, that's what I do it for, right? Um, right now, it kind of looks like everybody at the top five, it's at a standstill. It's kind of annoying, but I'm gonna do my part. I'm gonna go out there and I'm just gonna keep fighting. 2026, God willing, will be a great year for me. And I don't want to get too far ahead of myself, but with the win, I think that'll definitely start opening up some bigger fights and some bigger matchups, and hopefully be back in an arena.
Before I let you go, I want to go back a little bit further in time, but when you made the move from 155 to 145, 3 years away, approximately, I guess it's the turning point of your career. So can you just tell us uh, what was the thought process of going down, and what changed physically and mentally when you took that decision?
A lot of things happen. You know what I mean? I felt like everything happens in your life, and can think it can be different, reasons why. Um, I like to believe that, God kind of, checked me a little bit. This is where I'm supposed to be, 145, and this is kind of there's a lot of aspects to it, I should say. I was dealing with some medical things. I was having some issues with my liver. I had, some what do you call it? I had some fungus going in my gut. I was having a hard time dealing with the weight stuff. So people don't truly understand what was going on. So I still had to fight, right? So that's why I fought at 55. It was just not as hard on my body when it comes to making the weight. And so once the UCPI came into play and we were able to figure this out, they were such a big help. I was on like a 20 pill regimen, for the whole entire year. on top of, dealing with other things outside with, medication and all that stuff. So yeah, I went through it. You know what I mean? It's in the past. I'm not trying to dwell on it. Uh, but it was the move that had to be made, and I had to figure all that out and figure out, what am I made of? I wasn't gonna go out there and because my last fight was at 50, or my last loss was at 55, I should say, and I wasn't gonna let that define me. I had two options, and I could either just, you know, kind of just mope away in that type of situation and, feel sorry for myself, or I could do something about it. And so I decided to do something about it, man. And we're on a 6 fight win streak with, 5 knockouts under Zuffa. I think we're what, 8-10 or 8-2. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
With 7 knockouts. Like, I've been blessed, bro. I'm truly blessed, and I'm excited to go out there, perform for you guys. You always see me go out there and just fight with everything I got. That's all I can guarantee.
It should be a very good one. Can't wait to see it this Saturday against David Onama. Main event, Steve Garcia. Thank you very much, sir, for your time, and best of luck this Saturday.
Thanks, man. Appreciate you, brother.
10e combat à l'UFC pour Steve Garcia. Il est 7-2, mais surtout sur une séquence de 6 gains consécutifs, dont 5 avant la limite. Donc pour plusieurs, ça signifierait potentiellement un top 5, peut-être même une place en combat de championnat du monde quand on gagne et qu'on est spectaculaire. Mais pour Steve Garcia, ça lui permet tout juste d'être dans le top 15. Il est 12e et ça lui permet aussi d'avoir sa première finale, enfin, diront certains, à l'UFC cette fin de semaine contre David Onama. Donc, il n'est pas surpris que ça ait pris autant de temps pour le placer en finale et ne pas avoir peut-être la reconnaissance qu'il mérite parce qu'il dit « C'est l'histoire de ma vie, j'ai toujours été sous-estimé. Parfois, ça m'a frustré de voir des gens arriver après moi qui n'ont pas nécessairement le même palmarès, mais qui obtiennent plus de notoriété, plus d'occasions de se faire valoir, qui sont mis de l'avant un peu plus par l'organisation. On pense rapidement, bien sûr, à Diego Lopez et à Jean Silva, tout récemment dans la même division en plus. Mais bon, on ne veut pas être trop amer et bien sûr très heureux de prendre part à sa première finale cette fin de semaine contre David Onama. Il veut rester positif, il dit c'est un moment spécial pour moi, un rêve qui se réalise. Il a parlé du fait qu'il a signé les fameuses affiches. Il dit j'ai toutes les affiches de mes combats dans mon garage, maintenant j'aurai celle où mon visage est sur le poster et ça c'est tout à fait particulier. Il pense qu'une victoire cette fin de semaine pourrait lui ouvrir de grandes portes parce que le top 5 de la division est un petit peu bloqué présentement. On a besoin de 109 au sommet, donc une grosse victoire spectaculaire surtout pourrait lui offrir des belles opportunités, oui, en 2026 pour Steve Garcia, mais doit bien sûr se débarrasser de David Onama, qui est aussi sur toute une séquence, 4 gains consécutifs, donc il indique que ce sera tout un combat, s'attend à une guerre debout surtout, 2 combattants reconnus pour leur habilité en combat debout, 2 strikers, donc il dit, les gens parfois regardent les combats un petit peu en arrière-plan, là, en faisant d'autres choses, la télé est ouverte et tout ça, mais quand moi et David, on arrivera dans la cage, les gens n'auront pas le choix de se coller à leur téléviseur. On n'est peut-être pas très connus, on est classé 12 et 13, mais les gens vont voir qu'on va donner tout un spectacle et que cet événement-là est très, très, très important pour la suite des choses dans la division des 145 livres. Premier combat de 5 rounds, première finale donc à l'UFC, je le disais, mais veut approcher ce combat-là de la même façon que les précédents. Veut pas trop changer sa routine non plus, même si c'est difficile, surtout durant la semaine de combat avec les demandes médiatiques qui sont plus importantes. Mais il dit, j'ai eu du succès. Je suis sur une belle séquence, j'ai du succès, donc je veux pas trop changer les choses. Et se prépare toujours, lui, pour 5 rounds. Donc, et c'est une de ses fiertés. Il dit, maintenant, je dois le prouver. Même quand c'est des combats de 3 rounds, je me prépare toujours pour des 5 rounds, des 25 minutes. Maintenant, je dois le prouver parce que c'est officiellement un combat de 5 rounds de 5 minutes. Il voit des faiblesses à exploiter chez son adversaire. Il ne veut pas trop entrer dans le détail, bien sûr, de ce plan de match. Et en terminant, chose intéressante, il est installé à 145 livres depuis 3 ans environ, mais avant se battait à 135 livres. Steve Garcia avait énormément de problèmes de santé, problèmes au niveau du foie. Il est donc passé à 155 livres. Il est monté de 2 catégories de poids pour vraiment avoir des coupes de poids minimes là, pour vraiment sa santé. Et clairement, c'était pas pour lui la division des poids légers. N'avait pas le gabarit pour compétitionner avec les autres. Donc, avec l'aide de l'Institut de performance, il y a 3 ans, il a réussi à placer les choses, son alimentation et tout ça, c'est son éthique de travail pour faire un saut chez les 145 livres. Il a vraiment trouvé sa niche et ça fonctionne à merveille pour lui. 6 victoires consécutives. Va tenter d'aller en chercher une septième ce samedi, 17h, sur les ondes de TVA Sports 2.